right. Nice to be here next to Heinz. And I'm talking about energy today. And a funny coincidence because we're standing at the Elixir stage. And this is a very beautiful stage. And there's actually a connection with the guy here on my slides. Who is this guy? And I'm testing now the pointer. But this looks like a random guy, but it's not. It's actually Chris. And Chris is actually the guy who made this. It's amazing. This guy is not only behind the Elixir stage, but he's also behind this stage and some other stages of Tomorrowland. And I bring you a story about Bolt. I don't know who knows Bolt. Just a check. Awesome. People in the back, there's still some shares here, so feel free to come here. I will also talk about Plenty, but I'll also talk about the connection between Bolt and events like here Tomorrowland or Rock Werchter, for instance. So, but start with Chris. Who is Chris actually? So Chris is not only the guy who built this stage, but he is also the guy who is a producer on Bolt. And he's actually selling his energy via our platform to families in Belgium that buy their electricity local. So Bolt is actually Chris. It's not about me. It's not about my colleagues here in the audience. It's about Chris. So when you choose Bolt, you choose Chris. But you don't only choose Chris, of course. You could also choose Annick, Eddie and Noël. They are from a Zandhoven cooperative, who recently, of course, merged with another one. That's not too important. But it's just a bunch of people that decided to put solar panels on a local public building and start a cooperative initiative to actually make the transition to energy here in Belgium. But it's not only them. It could also be the Willy, the Gérante from the Ancien Belgique, the concert hall in Brussels. And at AB, we also have solar panels installed. And also they are sharing their energy via our platform. It could also be the Famille de Fabri-Bekkers. It's a family with a very big garden in Wallonia. And they happen to have a river. And on this river, they build a hydro installation. And actually, the energy they inject on the grid, they share it with families via our platform. And I could go on for an hour like this, but I will give you just a couple more examples. It could also be Valerie and Frederik. They are farmers in Ghent, and they are actually making energy out of manure. It's the cow shit for the people who don't speak English. It's manure, and actually from this energy is made here locally. It could also be Philip and his family. They happened to build a windmill on their land. It's a farmer family. And they're also sharing the energy on their platform. And I could go on and go on and go on because we have more than 200 producers on our platform who share their energy. And last but not least, it could be Ken and Christophe. And in this case, they share their energy with Eva de Roo, who is taking her energy locally from them. And that's actually the concept. Bolt is an energy supplier, but not a normal one. It's a platform where people buy local and just not buy their energy, but also support local initiatives of green energy. And that's what it's all about. So why did we start with Bolt? Actually, two things. I have to bring you the short story. And it starts with climate. We know it's war. There's a lot of issues going on in the world. We're not safe. We're not feeling safe. And we feel that a lot of people don't tend to think too much about global warming anymore, because global warming is like somewhere far in the future, but all these war things, they happen right now. And actually it's a pity because last year, 2024, the 1.5 degree mark that we set in Paris in 2016 was already breached, and nobody is talking about it. And that's actually the reason why we start Bolt, because we see that climate is not waiting, and we really have to make this transition now. Better yesterday, better now than tomorrow. And what is our answer? It's actually pretty simple. It's very easy to get yourself a green energy contract, but you don't know if this energy contract really has impact, and you pay a lot of money. Everybody pays a lot of money when they they have to pay their yearly bill. But you don't know if you really have impact here locally on the transition. And that's something we want to change by making it possible for people not to just buy electricity from a big supplier and not knowing whether it's certificates from Iceland behind Too bad I don't have the story or the time to tell you the whole story. But it's very easy for a supplier to actually pretend that their energy is green, but by just buying energy certificates, green energy certificates abroad. So what we want to do is make the link more clear so people could really choose local. So we started 6 years ago, and for us, we're talking about energy. And I know energy is not as cool as Tomorrowland or not as cool as whatever love brand you could talk about. Maybe ketchup, even it's not as cool as ketchup. But still, it's a very, very important choice. The choice for your energy supplier is one of the biggest impacts you could make as an individual on your footprint. And that's why our mission is very important for Bolt. And it's something that we've been using the 6 years that we've been working in everything we do. And recently, it also actually extended. So we were active as Bolt, but we also started an energy initiative, an energy co-op initiative, Plenty. And this also focused on the same mission that we have at heart. So what is Plenty? Very simple. It's a co-op community. So a cooperative for a lot of people. Apparently, it's like Chinese. They don't understand what it really means. But it's very simply said. It's an independent company in which people can buy shares to co-own windmills, solar panels, and whatever is necessary for a climate neutral future. And that's actually simply said. We have Bolt, the energy platform between producers and consumers. And that's what we will continue to do. We hope to grow what we do and to have more and more impact. But with Plenty, we want to have impacts like more on the development side and really help every Belgian with whatever idea they have. I have a terrain of my grandma I could use. I have a roof which is empty. I have an idea. Maybe I could put solar panels on a pond in my garden. Just here it's possible, for instance. Whatever is possible, whatever people could think of, we could help them with really become a producer. Because up until now, we've always supported producers and said like, okay, fine, we'll bring your story, we'll share it with the world, and we hope that you could inspire more people to have impact and to make their own project happen. But here we want to help people to become producers. And if they don't have the money for it, we will help them, and we will not help them with Bolt money, but we will just help them with money from our community. So actually, so we could make sure that the profits made from the production, from the wind, from the sun, could also be shared with the people at Bolt. And very importantly, it's also something that's typically Bolt, and I didn't talk about the mission because that's my idea to bring like a commercial story here about, but still it's really important to make fun while we do it. Because energy is already a boring topic. I'm really happy there's a lot of people because normally nobody's interested, but it's really important to bring energy with a smile. And that's also something which is key. And that brings me to the story of the festivals, the events. And I digged a bit in some old pictures to tell this story because I guess it's very, very relevant. Because no matter what we do, it's always from the same heart, it's the same people behind. And actually, the sky is the limit. We could launch Plenty, we could do Bolt, we could be on the festivals. Tomorrow we could do something totally different. As long as your why, the reason you get out of bed, and not for me personally, but for the whole group, is clear, we could do a lot of stuff. And this is something that we did in the past years, and some people will definitely have seen it before. And I get back to Chris. So this Chris guy, he's not only the guy who built this beautiful stage, but he's also not just a producer on our platform who also happens to share his energy with families buying energy via Bolt, but he's also, of course, he's also the guy behind the first mobile solar park that we built with Bolt. And here you see a picture in Lokeren. It's not that clear. I hope with sunglasses you could see it. But it's in the middle of a nature reserve in Lokeren where Studio Brussels happened to organize a 2 month of diesel-free radio. So how did this happen? It was 2020 and it was COVID. So COVID, yeah, was horrible for a lot of people, but also for Studio Brussels because all the content they make in summer, it's they go from Rockwerchter to Tomorrowland to Pukkelpop, and then they have a lot of nice content to share. But suddenly there was nothing. So they were looking for a solution. They said like, okay, maybe we should put, we should make radio in a nature reserve and invite every day a nice DJ and a BV, a famous Vlaming, and that's a nice concept. So, but are we really going to put a diesel generator in the middle of a nature reserve for 2 months? Are we really going to do this? And that's actually where we came in the picture, because we had some ideas. Because we know a lot about we know a lot about energy, and nobody cares. But we also love music, and we were like, hey, wait, maybe this could be something interesting. So we built a local grid, especially for the radio show. So this is just a picture, and you don't see it that well, but we put a very big battery in the middle of the forest. We brought it to Belgium from the Netherlands. Nobody had ever seen it in Belgium, I guess. And we put some mobile solar panels next to it. And these mobile solar panels, they're actually built by Chris, because Chris didn't have anything to do this summer. Because, yeah, of course, COVID, there were no festivals. He didn't have any work. And we were like, okay, it's the beginning of June. Do we have an idea? We could make some mobile solar panels. Could we do this? And 3 weeks later, yeah, on this picture it's not that clear. I might go back with sun. Come on, one more. So here they are, and we built them just in 3 weeks. Just some frames with solar panels on, fine, but still it's pretty big because the idea was new. Maybe we should put mobile solar panels on top of each other on the truck and move it from event to event. And what you see now is we already sold these solar panels. We see them on a lot of events that we even not host anymore. But we also see them in construction sites on very different locations. And it's just a stupid idea that started in COVID, but made a change. And that's what we did that summer. We showed that change is actually simple just by doing and by believing and by quickly saying, yes, let's go. We can do this. And then actually it escalated a bit. And it was a very nice way as well, of course, to show the world who we are. And this one you see here in the forest is actually something we're really proud of. It's the biggest solar container in the world. It's 180 square meters. It's 120 solar panels. I won't talk about the kilowatts today, but it's very, very big. And with a hydraulic system, you could just fold it open and put it wherever, here on the Grote Markt from Mechelen. But another week you could put it wherever you want. There's a battery in it, and people could just charge a small event, of course, not like Tomorrowland, with this solar container. And that's fun, because for us we have fun doing this. But on the other hand, it's also it gives us a possibility to share our story with the world. And it didn't stop there, because we were also looking into mobile windmills. And last year we put a first mobile windmill on European land, on Rockwerchter, and this one is called Bruce Springsteen. I wasn't the one inventing it. It was a contest. There were other Windy van Wanten. I could go on. There were so many possible names, but it was Bruce Springsteen, because Bruce Springsteen was playing there. But the nice thing here is we did the same thing with wind. We put like a modular windmill on this event. And of course, it's not about just putting this windmill on the event. It's about making a change and showing that even mobile windmills is a possibility, and it's very easy to install. Because what we see in wind is that it takes 5 years to build a new windmill. And actually to build it, it only takes 1 day. And that's the issue. Because bolt energy, or even energy as a whole, it's not about kilowatts, it's not about kilowatt hours, it's not about euros, it's about us, it's about people. It's about people like Chris, it's about people like the Familie Fabribekkers, I could go on, all these producers. But it's also about us just saying, let's do this. And if we want it, we could make a very big change. Because, and here's a really nice picture of the second windmill, there is enough sun in Belgium. And it's really a pity. We see that Belgium is now on 33% renewables. You could say it's nice, but actually it isn't. Why? You see other countries that are already on 89%, like Norway. You could see Portugal on 75%. So many countries worldwide show that you could go very quickly, but we don't. And why don't we go quickly? Because we are not just doing. And that's really an issue in Belgium. You guys know it's a bit more complex with the three regions, and maybe Belgians tend to talk too much. And that's actually why we say there's enough blah, blah, blah. There's enough reasons not to do it. But actually, this is all bullshit. And we should just say there is enough sun in Belgium. It's not because there's more sun in Spain that you should go to Spain. If there's enough sun in Belgium, there's enough sun in Belgium for solar. There's also enough wind. Of course, we know that there's a lot of wind, even in my micro at the moment. There is enough wind. And there's not only enough wind, there's also enough water. I know some guys who have startups in water, hydro installations. They install it worldwide, and they don't have any installation in Belgium. Why? It's because we don't allow it, and we're too conservative, and that's a really an issue. We even have enough water. People would say water, no, you're joking, but even water, we have still so many opportunities in Belgium, and we also have enough space, because people say, yeah, but we're a small country, and I could give these kind of arguments the whole time, but that's also bullshit. If we would use 2% of the area of Belgium and put solar panels on it, we would power all our consumption with solar energy. And 2% is not that much. It would only be 9% of our agricultural land. And I'm not against agriculture, by the way, but I'm pro-discussion and pro-open discussions. And I don't like the fact that we don't talk about it. And we don't talk about looking for solutions together. Because once more, energy is about people, and it's about us making agreements as a society and saying, let's do it, and let's find a way to do it and make it a success. And of course, this is a bit cheesy with some children on it from my colleagues, but still, this is also the reason why, it's a human thing. Do we want to be these people in 2050, 2060? Say like, yeah, we knew it, but we actually didn't even really discuss it. And that's the thing. And for Bolt, it's really important. It's not about just an energy contract. It's not just about an energy supplier. It's even not about our cooperative initiative. It's about the fact that we want to make a change, and we would like to, really push society in the right direction. So to end up, let's change energy for good. And it could be with us, without us, but everybody who is interested should just dig into energy and look, how could I maybe do something? Because there's so much stuff to do, and there's so much opportunity. So thank you for your attention, and have a nice evening.